Alright guys, so today I'm going to be showing you guys my Scorpio Eclipse protocol build. First you're going to start out with Technician. You're going to want it for the amped, dismantling, and the emergency patch talent. You won't be using the Hive, so you won't need any of this stuff up here. I have it for 10% skill damage because both the skills later in the build will be ballistic, so you'll need that. If you're going with anything else, I would go with the healing. Actually, I take that back. If you're going medic, I would go with the healing. Faraday Field, Technomancy, and Vital Protection. I have mine set for shotguns, ARs, and rifles with the pistol fully maxed out. I'm not using the maximum 9 on this build. I'm using a card, and I will show you guys that in a second. This has been a highly requested build. I don't like doing these builds because I'm not a big fan of status effect builds, but that's just my playstyle. But you guys wanted it, so I'm giving it to you. First weapon you're gonna have is the Scorpio Exotic. This is my old reliable Scorpio. I basically transfer this thing in between characters because I don't really go shopping for shotguns all that much. So it comes with shotgun damage, damage to armor, critical hit damage. If you want, I would re-roll the Scorpio for targets out of cover. That'll make this thing a whole hell of a lot better. Septic Shock, shooting a target applies a stack of Venom, which lasts 10 seconds. Increasing stacks adds more severe debuffs to the target. 1 is poison, 3 disorient, 6 shock, 7. Target takes an additional 20% damage from all sources. So what you want to do is empty the whole entire mag into whatever you're shooting at. The Scorpio excels on tech builds because it's a great way to stop heavies from pushing you, and all around it's probably one of the best exotics in the entire game. I would probably put it at number 1, number 2. So make sure you get this thing. It's on the normal loot table. All you have to do is set it for shotguns on countdown, and you can go and find this thing pretty easily if you do some grinding. The second weapon you'll be using is the test subject high end. I have mine rolled at 14.8% assault rifle damage, 17.5 health damage, 6% damage to armor, and it comes with perfectly in sync. Hitting an enemy grants 20% skill damage. Using a non-shield skill or damaging an enemy with a skill grants 20% weapon damage. Damage increases are double while both buffs are active. So if you're shooting somebody and one of your skills is doing damage at the same time, that goes from 20% to 40 on both the skill damage and the weapon damage. Just so that you guys are aware. This thing is really, really big if you're rolling an all-skill build and you don't have a capacitor. If you don't have a capacitor, this is very much your second backup weapon. I have all accuracy mods on it because it tends to shoot like an SMG. Doesn't have a lot of range, so you gotta put some accuracy mods on it. That's what I did anyway. The pistol is going to be the TDI card custom. I have mine rolled for finisher. Swapping from this weapon within 10 seconds of killing an enemy grants 30% critical hit chance and 30% critical hit damage. If you see an enemy and he's got a status effect and he's really low on health, just pull this thing out and then you're going to do additional damage with your Scorpio. That's what I use it for. First piece is the Eclipse protocol. Out of the 4-piece, the mask, I have mine rolled for yellow core plus 6% critical hit chance and skill duration. What you want to do though is swap out the critical hit chance for either skill damage or you can do status effects to enhance the Scorpio even more. I personally would go for probably the skill damage because both the skills I have on here are ballistic. But what you're going for is the 4-piece, which is indirect transmission. Your status effects now spread on kill to all enemies within 10 meters and refresh 50% of the duration. Pretty much what that means is that when you shoot them with septic shock from your Scorpio, the status effect on kill that you have on that individual or that enemy is going to spread to another target or targets that are within 10 meters. So technically this is a better buff than using Hunter's Fury if you look at it on a number standpoint. And I did the math. It actually is better off for you than Hunter's Fury is. Hunter's Fury was just frustrating me because I couldn't get the damage potential out of it that I wanted. Second piece is the backpack. since you got the 4-piece rolling, I have mine rolled for yellow core, skill damage, and I have a skill duration mod. Amplifies all damage you deal to status affected targets by 30%, so your Scorpio is going to do 30% more damage, basically. Ooh, gonna have to save that. Your 3rd piece, excuse me, the chest piece I have for you is the Sacrifice High End. You can find this one by doing chest piece. It drops pretty frequently for me. I have mine rolled at a red core with weapon damage, skill damage, status effect, and I have a skill haste mod on there with perfect glass cannon. All damage you deal is amplified by 30%. All damage you take is amplified by 60%. So yet again, if you have your skills out, they're doing 30% more damage, and that's multiplicative too. So keep that in mind, guys. That's why I picked this one. This build is great when you have a good team with you. You're going to see in the gameplay that the guy quit because I only had 2 enemies left and I wanted to kill them off. So, yeah. Welcome to my life in the Division. The 4th piece is going to be the gloves. I have that rolled at a yellow core with status effect. The knee pads, yellow core, and skill damage. And I have the exotic, which is waveform. Comes with a skill tier, skill damage, and skill haste. Generate a stack of 3% skill damage on one of your skills every second, capping at 10 stacks. After 10 stacks at the cap, the stack transfers to your other skill. The process then repeats ad infinitum, which means that it just keeps going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So what the waveform is going to do is transfer that damage from your drone to your turret, then back to your drone, then to your turret. If you time it right, you can actually get a lot of potential out of both your ballistic drone and your ballistic turret. For the skills, take a look at them. They're all at tier 6 because I'm rolling the tactician, which gives you 1 skill tier. So you're gonna have 6 tiers when you do this. 120% striker damage on 420 health. I have it expertise at 5%. The turret is also a tier 6 with 120% damage on 420% health with 6% damage of expertise. The way that you're going to want to run this build is have both your skills at the same time. If you have anything that's elite pushing you, go to your Scorpio. If they're far away, use your test subject. And then if you have anybody weak with a status effect, use your card custom. That's pretty much the build in a nutshell, guys. I wanted to do a stronghold today. I tested this build out on like 3 different areas, so I hope you guys enjoy the gameplay, and I will see you guys in the next one.
Taking down the outcast stronghold and neutralizing their leader, Emmeline Shaw, will do serious damage to the faction. Also, Henry has intel that a mechanical engineer from the campus settlement was brought here recently, so be on the lookout for captives.
We've got a few hostiles ahead.
So what I'm hoping for is when I slap this build together, it would work. Now, I tried it out on smaller levels, but I'm trying to expand it out here.
More bad guys just past the fuselage of the cargo plane. No indication they heard the shooting.
Anything? Not a goddamn thing. Why are we patrolling this far out? Because Emily told us to. Take it up with her if you gotta complain.
Alright, so far so good. What I wanted to do with this build is emphasize the Scorpio, but
Keep your eyes open.
what I did
It
not
might be
realize is
nothing,
how
but
much
it
open
might be
space there is
something.
on this
Is
map.
that supposed to be helpful, Earl? Because it isn't. Shut your damn mouth before I shut it for you. Both of you, shut up.
Come on, peek it.
You are now group leader. Another agent is now in your group. Serious trauma detected.
Also, your skill haste on these two ballistic skills aren't that bad either. But I need them to do those come back.
An agent needs assistance.
I'm coming, bud.
You are no longer in a group.
Oh, come on, man.
Hurry! Let's move!
There's no direct way into the main compound from where you are.
Wow.
If you can get up on the wing, you can detour around to the west along the quarantine barricade.
Wow, you literally... Jesus. Okay. Here's a hint, guys, if you're new to the Division. Don't do what that guy just did. Don't do that. It's a great way for people not to like you. Especially if you're a new guy and you're below shave 1000, don't quit. Stick with it. Because you're never going to learn the game if you just quit like that guy did. You're never going to get better by quitting either.
You're coming up on a burn pit. At least half a dozen hostiles, but it doesn't look like they're expecting you.
again, that's the power of Eclipse with ballistics, because nobody realizes this, but even if your ballistic skill kills somebody, the status effect still passes on. Nobody realizes that. Everybody thinks that you need status effect skills in order to make the Eclipse powerful, but that's not true.
It's hard to focus with a gun pointed at your head. I'm working as fast as I can. Just aim that thing somewhere else. Help me, please! These guys are insane. You have to get me out of here.
It's kind of nuts how because like I got the idea for this build because I did a companion Scorpio build, and then I was like, you know what can we do with the Scorpio to actually put it on like something that was like a hardcore all 6 yellow build.
Those outside have sacrificed themselves for you. Prove that their sacrifice is not in vain.
Take them!
Just the amount of damage you can just dish out by yourself, because right now this is match made for 2 people, and I'm taking care of that with ease right now by myself.
Burn this whole place to the ground.
So far, anyway. Like I said, it went off without a hitch when I tried the build on American History Museum, because I was just toying around with my builds today. Like, look at that, man. I also want, the reason why I hope the video becomes this is because I haven't put this stronghold up yet on the channel. There's been a question, why don't I try Legendary? Because Legendary is the same thing every damn time.
It looks like they've sealed the gate.
I like giving you guys
You're gonna have to
variety
find a
in
way
what
to
you're
unseal
watching.
it.
I don't want to give you Legendary of the same 3 levels every freaking time.
Prove that their sacrifice was not in vain.
2, I kind of need outcast tags right now.
Rogue agent detected.
Oh, you're kidding me. What? Oh, well. Now we definitely get to see if the build works. Yeah.
Rogue striker drone detected. Hostile striker drone detected. Rogue sniper turret detected. Hostile sniper turret detected. Immediate medical assistance needed.
I gotta really think about where I move, because this rogue agent, he's gonna hide behind his sniper turrets. Oh my god, and he's got an oxidizer too. Oh, son of a bitch. I mean, you can keep on damaging him all you want, little striker drone, but it ain't gonna make a freaking difference.
Vital signs critical.
Whew.
Rogue agent eliminated.
Okay. Alright.
They're bound to be expecting you.
Well, now you know it works against rogue agents too.
What the hell was that?
A group of hostiles is moving toward a boat on the east shore. They're escorting someone who appears to be unarmed.
If Emmeline gets away, finding her isn't going to be easy. You've got to stop that boat. Find a way to the shore and make sure that boat doesn't get away.
Alright. That's so dumb. Thank you. The fact that enemies like that still exist in this game after 4 years
Yet, looks like they're in the process
is
of
kind of
doing
nuts.
it. There are big tanks on either side of the boat.
Those tanks are a primary target. What about Emmeline?
Already aboard the boat, assuming that was her.
Vital signs critical.
Found their leader and their stronghold. The outcasts are gonna be much less of a problem than before. You know, what happened to them was horrific. But what they did was even worse. I just hope they're finally at peace.
Well, guys, that's it. That's the vid. Hope you guys enjoyed the Eclipse Protocol build. $924 million on 144 kills. Okay. See you guys in the next one.